Attack on Titan just came back, and even if it was just for a week, it kinda got me thinking. The Rumbling is one of the wildest apocalyptic events in fiction. A massive army of skinless giants just go for a walk, resulting in the end of all life wherever they go. But the funny thing about fictional ends of the world is most people look at them and like to think about what they would do. Unfortunately, this isn't your average zombie movie or show where you can imagine yourself as a hardened badass against the world. You'll just die in the Rumbling. But it does make for an interesting question. What if the Rumbling happened in real life? Obviously, the world of AOT, with its less advanced technology, could do nothing through its sheer military power. But that might not be the case for us. Obviously, we as individuals can't really do anything, but the world's militaries might be a different story. But before getting into what we could do, we have to go into just how deadly the Rumbling actually is. Just a single wall titan is already a problem, standing at around 50 meters in height, since that's about how tall the walls they made up are. And they've got the physical brawn to back that up, effortlessly crushing any structures in their path. They also have the defensive capabilities to walk off heavy artillery fire. This isn't even to mention their unnatural speed given their size. They were easily moving faster than the people running away from them, and were also stated to move faster than a galloping horse. This is with Hanji estimating that they could get 600 kilometers inland within half a day. A domesticated horse on average can run over 48 kilometers per hour. And if we assume Hanji is referring to a full day-night cycle, then that would put the wall titans at around 50 kilometers per hour, bare minimum for their walking speed. That isn't even to mention just how many of them there are. We never get an exact number or even a great estimate, but we do have King Fritz being quoted as saying there are tens of millions. Although it's hard to say how accurate this number is, since Paradis should not be nearly big enough to house that many, especially since Fritz had every reason to embellish a bit. Another statement we have is Armin describing Shiganshina's district's wall alone as having hundreds of titans, which is more reliable considering his position, but we really have no absolute way of knowing. It's definitely a heavily debated thing just how many titans there were exactly participating in the Rumbling. But most people don't seem to take Fritz's statement at face value, and a lot of doubt is placed on it by the community. For this video, we're gonna be a little reserved and say there's likely tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of them. Now, what happens if the military gets involved? That's not exactly a straightforward question. There's lots of political factors about how governments would respond to such a threat. But what we do know is that the initial ground response would be completely ineffective. Infantry is just useless against wall titans, and it's what brings us to their most devastating weapon: the intense heat that they put off. From making the water around them boil to burning alive any who come close, the anime makes this aspect of them even more impressive, with it explicitly showing people just on fire from being around them. Any ground troops would be instantly overtaken. This would probably be the fate of any ground-based weaponry as well. Like we see demonstrated when Hanji fights off some of the wall titans, their weak spot is the same as any others, the nape of the neck. Our modern weaponry would absolutely be able to damage these monsters, that's for sure. We see how a single explosion from a bombardment managed to blow one titan's arm clean off. And the technology of this world is much less advanced. The problem with things like basic artillery is that it would have to attack from the front and won't be able to aim for the kill shot quite as accurately. I'm sure some would be taken out from a shot to the neck, since modern militaries do have some powerful explosives at their disposal, but not enough to make a meaningful dent before the source of the bombardment would be overtaken as well. The real asset that would actually be effective against this kind of enemy would be in the sky. Planes just have every possible advantage in this fight. They are much faster than the wall titans, with many modern jets exceeding the speed of sound, such as the F-15 Eagle, which can reach Mach 2.5 and of which there are hundreds in service in the United States military. Aerial weaponry like this also has the advantage of being able to actually hit the wall titan's weak spots directly, since it can attack from a variety variety of angles. And realistically, it shouldn't take too long for militaries to figure out what the weak point of a Titan is. A couple of coordinated strikes and anyone paying decent attention would notice that the ones that got hit in the neck are the ones that stayed down. Hypothetically, the moment this gets figured out, a good amount of the wall Titans sort of become a non-issue. Hell, even drone technology has come a long way, so the rumbling could probably be beaten from safely behind a computer. But you know what, let's give good old King Fritz the benefit of the doubt and take his threat of tens of millions of wall Titans at face value. At least 20 million is quite a lot for sure. And I don't know, we somehow run out of the proper ammunition for the job. Humanity somehow gets their backs against the wall, and now the wall Titans get to face our ace in the hole, nuclear bombs, of which there are literally thousands. The most powerful bomb to ever be tested would be the Tsar Bomba, with a blast yield of 50 megatons and a fireball radius of around 5 miles. The destructive power to deal devastating damage to entire cities. And that one is from the 60s. We are likely capable of so much more nowadays. Hell, everything I've mentioned in this video is just stuff we know about. Considering we're talking about military technology, they're kind of in the business of not advertising their best weaponry. When I first thought of doing this video, I genuinely thought it would be interesting too, a straight up apocalyptic event. But no, 10 minutes of research and it becomes hilariously clear that we would just win. If the rumbling happened in real life in our modern world, it would probably not even last a day, and our most devastating weapons would stay shelved collecting dust. Now, it should be clarified that for the topic of this video, I am talking about the conventional rumbling, the massive army of wall Titans walking around. The rumbling we see at the end of the series is a little special, with Eren joining the fray with Founding Titan powers in full force. And like, the Founding Titan is stupid powerful. I'm eventually going to make a full video on just how dumb strong she is, but Ymir is basically a higher dimensional being. A being that exists beyond death with the ability to simply produce Titans from nothing. Not to mention absolute control over all Titans on a physiological level. The idea that we could potentially do something about that is laughable. But like, a normal rumbling would really be nothing to us, and there's really not much else that can be said. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video or found it interesting. The rumbling is one of the more creative end-of-the-world concepts that I've seen in fiction, so it was fun to break this down. I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and you know what, let me know what your favorite fictional apocalypse is, cause there's some pretty creative ones out there. In the meantime, I hope y'all have a great day and take care. I'll see you around.